Or Reform UK truly do have massive momentum. A prediction from a Reform MP today that I think is very interesting given the latest research that's just come out that's shown Reform closer than ever before to overtaking both the Conservatives and Labour. Before I get to that though, you only have to look around at the reports, whether it's Wales, whether it's in Scotland. You know, the talk is just of the impact that Reform can have moving forward. And today you saw the announcement, you know, and that's a pretty big achievement. 100,000 members the party hitting, with Dame Andrea Jenkyns, a huge boost, a huge addition to Reform, the former Conservative MP and Minister joining Reform, going to stand for Reform. And then you see Rupert Lowe with this, one of the Reform MPs, of course, saying we're going to win the next general election. Now, that is not crazy at all. Let me show you why. Because this is the very latest poll we've seen from Find Out Now. And I believe this was all conducted yesterday. So this is the very latest data we have showing this. The Conservatives on 27%, Labour on 25%, and Reform on 22%. And you can see the changes there from the general election. Conservatives up 2%, Labour down 9%. The biggest gainers since the election by far are Reform plus 8%. So that now means, according to this poll, there are only 5 points separating Conservative, Labour and Reform. The momentum clearly is with Reform UK. And if you didn't see it today, here is a bit of Nigel and Andrea Jenkyns speaking. Do watch this and let me know what you make of what both of them had to say today.
So let's get it into our heads. In 2023, under a Conservative government, nearly 1 million net people came into our country. This after manifestos in 2010, 2015, 2017 and 2019 promising in the first 3 they'd reduce the numbers to tens of thousands a year, and in the last one a substantial reduction. I have had enough of being lied to by the Conservative Party. I don't believe they'll be forgiven at any point in the next few years for what they have done and the impact it's had on people's lives. And you might have noticed, the quicker the population rises, the poorer the average family in Britain becomes. And those figures are now undeniable. Of course, with Labour, it's even worse.
Today, I've joined the party of the brave. Our once great country is at a crisis point. Labour's record speaks volumes already, you must agree. They have compromised our British territories, fleeced our farmers, and they're punishing our pensioners. Their policies are anti-business, anti-aspiration, and detrimental to all that we hold dear as a country. In the past 5 months, as we've seen, our British people have been locked up for expressing their opinions, while real criminals are being released early onto our streets. This is not the Britain that we deserve. But in times of crisis, we need strong leadership. We need those patriotic, brave hearts to be a true voice for the people, and Reform is that voice. We need a party that champions truth, that stands up for the underdog, and that listens to the people. And this is why I have joined Reform.